Hello everybody, Mark, aka the Nerdy Punk, back again today for a new video. Hope you all are doing well. Today I'm at Disc Replay right now. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right behind me, right back there. My big head is probably blocking the store itself. Today I have a different video than I would normally give you, and I have a bag full of titles here that I'm going to trade in at Disc Replay and either go for store credit or cash. Most likely I'll trade them in for cash because I'm thinking about heading down to Best Buy and looking at some of the more recent titles because there's some stuff that I'm interested in picking up. So I thought, you know, I was going through the collection and seeing some stuff that I had duplicates of, some things that I don't necessarily want anymore. And so what I decided to do is to just get those titles, trade them in, and put that towards some stuff that I really want. I'm trying to kind of focus the collection down a little bit because the collection is big and it doesn't necessarily have to be as big as it is. Space is limited and I really want the movies that I love. I want the collection to reflect me. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the titles that I'm trading in here, and then we'll see exactly how much I can get and what I'm able to pick up at Best Buy. First up that I have to trade in is the X-Men 3-film collection. This is the original X-Men movies. This is a DVD, and I bought this like years ago, like 5-6 years ago. I have all the movies on Blu-ray now, so I don't need the DVD. So I figured I would trade that one in. Next up, I have The Dark Knight here, and this is my favorite, one of my favorite, if not my favorite movie of all time. But I have a 4K of this, and I'm getting some 4K steelbooks coming in from Zavi in Great Britain, I believe is where they're from, the UK. And I will do an unboxing of those steelbooks, but they put out steelbooks for all of the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K, and so I went ahead and splurged on that. So I have a really nice edition of this movie coming in, and I already have it on 4K, so definitely going to trade this one in. Next up, this is The Infiltrator, starring Bryan Cranston. This is a movie that I got from Dollar Tree, actually, so I only spent $1 on this. If I can get anywhere close to $1, if I can get more than $1 for this, I mean, that's a win right there. I haven't even watched this, so if I haven't watched it in like 2 years, I'm probably not going to end up watching it. Next one is Black Mass. For some reason, I have a duplicate of this. I don't know why, so this is a really good movie, but I'm trading that one in since I have the duplicate. Some of these, you know, you get a collection as big as mine, and certainly bigger than mine, definitely, because I don't have the biggest collection in the world. You start to buy movies that you already have. And I've tried to catalog my collection, but it's an ongoing process. Next one is Avatar, another one that I have a duplicate for. I think I know why, though. My duplicate has a slipcover and this one doesn't, so we're turning that one, or trading that one in. Next one is The Green Mile. I have the digibook of this movie now on Blu-ray, so don't need the standard release. Goodfellas, same story as the one before. Digibook, don't need the standard. Next one, Spectre. I have the Daniel Craig 4K set for James Bond, so I don't need any of those on Blu-ray. So also trading in Skyfall and Quantum of Solace. I couldn't find my Casino Royale copy, so that's one that I could trade in the future if I happen to find it. Next one is The Hurricane. I've had this probably since I first started making videos in like 2016, and I still haven't watched it. It was a Dollar General pickup, if I recall correctly, back in the day, so I paid like $2.50 for this. Still haven't watched it. It may be a good movie. Maybe it'll come back on my radar eventually, but at this point, I just want to kind of declare the collection, so we're getting rid of that one. Finding Nemo, another one with a duplicate. I ended up with this copy through Disney Movie Club, and I already had a copy of the film with a slipcover, so decided to trade that one. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, bought the 4K trilogy set, so I don't need this one. Anna, I have no idea why I had 2 copies of this one. Again, you just buy them randomly and you don't realize what you have. So I had 2 copies of this, getting rid of that. And this one, another one that I had 2 copies of, Life. I got my second copy through Horror Pack and decided to keep the Horror Pack version because it was brand new, and this one I had bought used. So sending this one out of the collection. All right, that is a stack of, I believe, 15 titles that we're getting ready to trade in. Go ahead and leave a comment down below, no cheating, as to what you think the amount they're going to offer me. I'm going to say around, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. I don't think it will be that much. You don't get all that much for that. But that will buy me a new title pretty much, 20 bucks. All right, let's head into Disc Replay, see what we get. All right, so out of Disc Replay, decided not to pick anything up. And I was able to get $16 in cash for my titles that I traded in. Now, that certainly doesn't seem like much, and it's not. You don't make hardly anything trading in with these stores, but, however, it is, you know, kind of off your plate. It's easy. I could make so much more selling these on eBay if I was actually successful selling on eBay. I've done that in the past, but, you know, with limited success. And eBay is a bit of a hassle, too. You got to ship, you got to, you know, do all that stuff. So it's easy, and I got 16 bucks, and that will get me pretty close to a brand new title. So let's head over to Best Buy and see what we can find. Alright, so I wound up picking up a few titles in Best Buy, ended up spending a little over 50 bucks, which, you know, if you factor in my $16 that I got from Disc Replay, brings my total down to around $30, $35 in that ballpark, which is not bad for 3 titles I ended up picking up from Best Buy. One of them was one that I had in mind going in, and then a couple others were kind of some surprises that I wound up picking up. We'll see, especially with one, how I end up liking it. So the first title here is Total Recall on 4K. And with this movie, I've never seen it. Of course, I've heard of it. It is a iconic movie, but this was only $14 on 4K, and it's a 3-disc set. So I assume there's a special features disc in here as well. And of course, I love Arnie, so I figured, you know, why not give it a shot? I know many people probably love this movie, so I'm hoping that it's really good. Next up here, this is a new release, the only new release that I ended up picking up. I believe it came out 2 weeks ago or something like that, and this is Red Rocket. Red Rocket stars Sean, is it Sean? It's not Sean, it's Simon Rex, directed by Sean Baker. Same guy who made the Florida Project for A24, and this is, of course, a new A24 movie, only $15. That's the great thing about A24. Their new releases are only priced at 15 bucks for Blu-ray, so fantastic deal. Usually, anyway. There could be some exceptions, but usually that's what it is. I've heard good things about this movie. Simon Rex has won, I think, a couple awards for this film. Not nominated for Oscars, unfortunately, but it looks kind of interesting. It looks funny and unique, so figured I'd give this one a chance. You know, you can't really go wrong with A24 usually. And then this was a title that I really wanted to pick up, and it was one that I wasn't sure if I was going to get because it's been out for quite a while. And every time I go into Best Buy, I see this, but it's only until recently that I've actually thought about watching this movie. So I was able to pick up the Hacksaw Ridge 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate. It's one of these really cool Lionsgate Steelbooks, and I've just heard nothing but good things about this movie, and it was never really on my radar when it came out. I'm not the biggest fan of war movies, but I'm kind of more interested in checking them out lately, and heard amazing things about this one, of course. So I wanted to get this Lionsgate Steelbook as opposed to just a standard 4K release, and I was able to pick it up. This was the last one that they had in there. I don't know if they had more in the back, but this was it for that one. All right, those are the 3 titles I picked up. A little bit of a rant about Best Buy today. So there were a few other titles that I kind of wanted to get, some ones I was crossing my fingers that they might still have, but they ended up not having, unfortunately. I can't remember how long ago it's been since I've seen it, but another movie like Hacksaw Ridge that kind of flew on my radar lately that I've been wanting to check out is Apocalypse Now, a movie that I haven't seen that many people say is one of the best films of all time. Again, a war movie. And there's a really cool steelbook from Lionsgate on that movie as well. Unfortunately, Best Buy did not have that in there. I can't tell you the last time that I saw it. I know it's been out for a while, but I was just really hoping that they had it in there, and they didn't. And then also, there were some new releases that I would have bought, but I wasn't going to pay the price that they were demanding in there for them. One of those being the new Matrix movie. I haven't seen that yet, and I've heard mediocre things, but I don't really feel like paying $30 for that. Didn't feel like paying $80+ for the Matrix box set that they have in there, the new box set. And then Nightmare Alley, which was one of my favorite movies of last year, just came out. But again, they're demanding $30 for that. And West Side Story as well, another one of my favorites from last year. Disney is not my favorite company when it comes to physical media. Disney is obviously pushing streaming with Disney+. But a couple quick rants about Disney. So, first of all of their Blu-ray releases no longer come with slipcovers. That is freaking ridiculous, in my opinion. I know it's just a piece of cardboard, and I may seem nuts and petty right now, but I think that is absurd that you are going to release Blu-rays. Blu-ray is not dying. Blu-ray is still thriving. There are still many reasons to continue to buy Blu-rays, even in the world of 4K. And Disney's not putting slipcovers on any of them. Even the releases that don't get 4K releases. The only ones they're putting out slipcovers with is 4K. And that, to me, is absurd. Secondly, Disney wants you to pay premium prices for all their releases. And because they've bought Fox, that means all of the Fox titles open up at $30 on 4K. And to me, that is also absurd. There are tons of companies that charge $25 or even less for a 4K. Or definitely Blu-ray, they charge less. And Disney, they start out with $30 on the 4K, $25 on the Blu-ray. How on earth are you supposed to charge $25 for a Blu-ray that doesn't even come with a slipcover on it? To me, that is just ridiculous. And it will basically prevent me from ever buying a Blu-ray brand new from Disney or Fox. To me, it's not worth it anymore. Like, there's no reason why you should buy it because of the slipcover. If they would put a slipcover on that, let me take a couple movies, for example. So there's a movie that came out last year called The Night House that I want to see. It's a Fox Searchlight movie, but Disney didn't put it out on 4K. It was just Blu-ray. Same thing with Wes Anderson's new movie from last year, The French Dispatch. Fox Searchlight, well, now Disney, unfortunately. They didn't put it out on 4K, just a standard Blu-ray, no slipcover. To me, there's nothing to motivate the consumer to buy it early. Absolutely nothing, unless if you just really, really want to watch the movie immediately. To me, there's no reason. The only reason why I buy, one of the only reasons why I buy Blu-rays new, like the first week, is because I can guarantee that I will get a slipcover. And if I'm really excited for the movie, But, I don't know, just a quick rant there. I don't like Disney when it comes to being a physical media company. I think they're the absolute worst of the major studios, and yet they charge the most prices. And their stuff, another thing, with the Fox titles, they are going down in price over time. The Disney titles largely do not go down in price over time. You can still go buy the Star Wars movies on 4K, and they're still charging $20, $25 for them. To me, you want to sell your titles, you need to bring the price down a little bit. Anyway, rant over. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tonight, I'm going to go see the new horror movie from A24 called X. I've been really looking forward to this movie, so stay tuned for that video if it's not up already. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend. See you later.